when you do. I've left the key under the kettle.
The finality of those words like a rope's knotted end, which I tried to hold on to but which slips through my hands. The phone tucked between my ear and shoulder, I finish wiping down the kitchen bench, cup my hand beneath crumbs, run the water to wash them free. I let the tap stream scald my hand and my skin winces from steam. She's never offered those details before. Since I was a teenager, I've lived with a constant feeling of something nameless and unknown. There were nights when I would lie awake, with the jangling wires inside me sparking and shorting. All I could do was walk around the house, sit in chairs and on bench tops, and wait for the light of morning. Knowing that I need the truth about Dad, but not knowing how to ask for it. Mum has gone quiet. I sit down, place the phone on speaker, and slump over the kitchen table. My long hair pouring over my forearm, the familiar smell of bergamot shampoo clashing with a sudden departure from our regular script. I try to bring her back to her part. So I'll bring the kids, Gabe's... Now I'm off script. My husband usually comes to Christmas at Mum's. He usually gets frustrated at a wobbly dining table until he asks everyone to move aside while he turns the timber square over, finds a spanner from God knows where, and tightens the legs. Always one to make things, as he sees them, right. Gabe can't make it this year, but he sends his love. Of course he didn't say that. The Christmas trip is probably the last thing on his mind, but it's what we say, covering his ass even now, even after everything. I thought that kettle was broken, is all I can think of saying. For the past 2 years, Mum has been boiling water for tea in a saucepan on the stove, like she used to boil our hot milk when we were young. I wait for her to ask me to come. I rang Dawn, she says instead, to tell her she's not getting your grandmother's lead-light lampshade in my will. Come on, Mum. I stand up from the table, take the phone off speaker and press it to my ear. Tuck my left hand under my right elbow, an arm protecting my heart.
She's at a music festival. Who holds a festival on a Tuesday?
Mum continues.
Can you imagine her there? Though I shouldn't be surprised. 76 and gallivanting around with teenagers. I'm gonna end it all, while your aunt's starting a Twilight Years crisis.
Audrey won the local painting show, Best Under 14. I try. A mention of grandchildren usually brings her round. She was in the local paper. She wants to show you the article. You were always the artist in the family. I stoop to false flattery. The kids will rush through the door from their school holidays art program at any moment. Soon there'll be bags unzipped, perched on the hallway bench seat, shoes left strewn across the hallway, even though it's a pocket money violation. Bodies sweeping through the house. I've always protected them when Mum gets like this. Though she's never been quite like this. Silence stretches between us. The air in the kitchen cools. I rub my legs, shaved last night until they gleamed like elephant tusks. A vanity I allowed myself in preparation for tonight's dinner. Gabe and I are supposed to be celebrating the second chance I've been given at work. The second chance after fucking up so badly they had to put me on unpaid leave, while they mounted an investigation. The more I speak to Mum, the more unlikely that dinner seems. I can't even tell her about it. That's the thing about martyrs like Mum. They take up so much room in a conversation that there's not a slither of space for anyone else. Silence, still, but I can hear breathing. And then she says,
I knew I made up my mind when I stopped reading clocks, as if there was suddenly no point.
What's going on, Mum? Has something happened?
Everything you need to know, everything that happened, it's in the drawer.
For all these years, Mum has used these threats to get something she wants. You do this, or I'll do that. Like some deranged version of Newton's third law. I never thought she would actually kill herself, but now I don't know. Fuck you, I think. Fuck you. Pulling a cigarette out of my pocket, I walk outside onto the veranda. The irony of a doctor smoking would not be lost.